Hey guys, I'm in a new place. I'm in college. This is my cave. My bed is here. My computer is here. And a really messy makeup drawer area is here. I haven't done an update on my book writing, and I want to. I got a lot more questions than I thought I would get, and I kind of want to answer a bunch of them. And I think this would be a good time to answer a bunch of those questions since I haven't really gone further in my story. August has been crazy. You will see when I come out with the August PMS video. August has just been insane. It has been nonstop, and I haven't been able to write very much. But I did sit down and write, and I wrote a good chunk, and I was trying to get my characters from point A to point B, and it was gonna be very simple. Some of the characters just decided to not make it simple, and so I sort of, instead of going from point A to point B, they're sort of going point A, like all around here and then going to point B. I'm glad that my characters are stepping in and being like, no, you're doing this wrong, let me tell you where we need to go. It might end up being terrible and I might end up scratching whatever I'm writing right now about it, but it might end up being great. So we'll see. We'll see. I just need to sit down and write. I need to sit down and write. That's pretty much all I have to say about my writing as of now, but I'm gonna jump into your questions because there are a lot of them and I have so much to say. If I don't cover a thing that you want to know, or if you want me to talk about something more in detail, just comment. So I got a lot of questions about my writing process, and I don't have a writing process. It's not like I outline. The thing is, when I get an idea, I'll just start writing it, like word vomit, right? It's usually really, really bad and really, really simple. Like, I still have the original word vomit of this story that I'm working on now, and goodness me. So I don't forget, like, what I'm doing, like, with this idea. Maybe I'll write some bullet points, but I won't, like, full-on outline it, you know? Most of the time I just write by the seat of my pants. That's my writing process. Just let the characters go where they want to go. I mean, I do have, like, general, like, I know what the climax is gonna be. I know where it's gonna go a little bit. I like it this way because the characters really control the story, and if they want to do something else that I had not expected, then let them. Someone asked if I ever participated in NaNoWriMo, and no, I didn't, because it gives you a good starting point for a book, but it's not like writing a novel in a month. And also, I couldn't. Maybe I could. Maybe I'll try. Should I try? Someone asked when do I write, like, do I schedule? I just write whenever I can. But I do need to just sit down and write. I really need to do that. Another big part of my writing process, and someone asked a question about this, is talking to other people about my writing. I've talked about this before, but my friends Emma and Dakaya, they read my book. They're my main people to talk to, and I would recommend, if you're writing a book, to have one or two people that you trust and that you know will be honest with you. Okay, a lot of people asked about coming up with original plots and original characters and, like, getting in your character's head, and I have so much to say about this. So coming up with original plots isn't really something I can explain. It's just, it usually starts, for me at least, like, I'll get this idea of a character, and then their story will sort of form itself as I'm thinking about them. It's a snowball thing, and coming up with original characters can be hard. My biggest things that I use for my characters, two things: Pinterest and 16 personalities. Pinterest, make a board for either your story or your characters, because that's what I do. I have a board for each individual story, and I have some boards for some characters. So I'll link my Pinterest if you want to see what I'm talking about. But 16 personalities, it's a Myers-Briggs personality test website, and you can go on it, and what I do is I take the quiz as my characters, or I just look at all the different personalities and, like, read them all and be like, oh, my character fits this one. And then there's so much information about that personality type, and it really helps you get into their head. Oh, the AC just shut off, so if the sound is better right now, that's why. A big question, an important question, is how do I deal with comparing myself to other creators, like other authors? Everything has already been written. Everything has already been thought. Originality is fake. I mean, in a way, nothing is original and everything is original, because you're writing a story and you're afraid that it sounds too similar to this other story that you read and you love. It's not the same, because You are writing your story. That person isn't writing your story. This is coming from your brain, and these are your ideas and your characters. And I mean, if you're writing a fantasy and that series that you love is a fantasy, I mean, there are only so many fantasy aspects that you can do before you're copying someone else. Don't worry about stealing another person's ideas, because if you are worried about doing that, then you're not doing it. It's the people who purposefully want to take someone's idea. That's when it's bad, when you're like, oh, this is a really good idea, I'm gonna take it and use it for me. But if you're writing and you think, oh, this is a bit similar to this one aspect from here, odds are it's fine. If you're really worried about plagiarizing and stealing, I would recommend asking a friend to read your work. One question that I don't know how to answer but is important: how to avoid the chosen one trope while still keeping your audience interested. I don't necessarily think there's anything bad with the chosen one trope. This story, whatever you're writing, this story is being told. Why is it being told? Is it being told just because your main character is the chosen one? Or is your story being told because your person is the chosen one and they prove themselves to be the chosen one? Think of it as a history book, almost. Why would someone write a story about this character? What have they done? What will they do that will make their story interesting? And if the only thing that makes their story interesting, the fact that they're the chosen one, then you might need to fix a few things. But if the reason that their story is interesting is because they do so many cool things, that they save a village, that they do whatever, then your story is fine. It'll keep your person's interest. So, I don't know if that answered your question, but that's how I see it. And some last questions are just about my writing. The genre of my book is a fantasy. I tried writing a contemporary one time. Didn't work out too well. Someone asked would I ever consider revisiting my 4th grade novel. Maybe? Like, I would never revisit it as like, this is the story and I will build upon it. This is the first draft, so I will make another draft. Probably not. But what I might do is take some aspects from that book and sort of like put them in other things that I'm working on. So that's pretty much everything. All the questions that I saw and could answer. If I missed a question, or if you have more questions or whatever, just comment them below. Thanks for watching. I'm really glad that you people are excited about watching my book writing series. I started making this just for me, and I got so many comments on the last one, and I'm very excited about it. So, yay! We're gonna get through this together, guys. I will finish this book. Hopefully next time I see you, I will have written a couple thousand words. That would be nice. All the songs I wrote for you all say the same things, but you don't